The world is not waiting for us to be ready. Chaos will strike, people will betray, opportunities will vanish, and distractions will scream for our attention. Yet 2026 is not a year for fear. It is a year for strength, wisdom, and calm. If we allow the noise of life to control us, we will drift. But if we choose discipline, reflection, and mastery over ourselves, this year will be ours. Point 1. Build unshakable mental strength. The first step to truly dominating 2026 is to forge a mind that cannot be broken. Strength is often misunderstood as physical prowess or the loud display of power, but Stoicism teaches us something deeper. Real strength is the quiet, persistent mastery over our own thoughts, reactions, and emotions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Every day we are bombarded by noise, social media, opinions, crises, and distractions. Every insult, failure, or disappointment can chip away at our resolve if we allow it. A weak mind reacts. It panics, it lashes out, it clings to fear. A strong mind responds with calm and reason, treating each event as it is, without exaggeration or distortion. This is the foundation of mental resilience, the bedrock upon which all other successes are built. Unshakable mental strength begins with self-awareness. We must examine our thoughts and identify where we allow destructive emotions, anger, jealousy, despair, to rule. Epictetus warned, "Men are disturbed not by things but by the views which they take of them." The moment we understand that it is not the world itself that threatens us, but our interpretation of it, we step into freedom. This freedom is the first sign of strength. Next, we practice discipline relentlessly. Stoics trained their minds daily through reflection, meditation, and exercises designed to anticipate adversity. Imagine a life where every challenge is anticipated, every setback rehearsed mentally before it arrives. This is not pessimism, it is preparation. We learn to embrace discomfort, to tolerate solitude, to sit with uncertainty without flinching. This quiet endurance sharpens the mind into something almost impervious, a force that cannot be derailed by the chaos of 2026. Strength also manifests in control over impulses. In a world where instant gratification is constant, the ability to wait, to choose the long term over the immediate, separates the wise from the lost. Seneca wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Every moment we resist the urge to react destructively, to complain, to blame, we cement our independence from the whims of others. Our strength becomes invisible but unbreakable. Finally, mental strength grows through experience and reflection. Each failure, insult, or disappointment is not a wound, but a teacher. The strong mind extracts lessons rather than succumbs to pain. In 2026, we will be tested, not to see if we fall, but to see if we rise stronger each time. The world will attempt to push us into fear, confusion, and despair, but the Stoic mind, forged in the quiet fires of self-mastery, bends but never breaks. This is the mindset that ensures we enter 2026 not as victims, but as strategic masters of our inner world. Strength is quiet, relentless, and unshakable. It is cultivated through self-awareness, discipline, control, and reflection. And once this foundation is built, everything else, wisdom, calm, influence, achievement, follows naturally. In short, the first commandment for 2026 is to build a mind that nothing can shake. Do not fear the world. Do not seek validation. Stand firm, endure, and sharpen yourself in the fires of discipline, for the world will bow subtly to the one whose inner citadel cannot be breached. Point 2. Master emotional control, your power over chaos. Strength of mind alone is incomplete without emotional mastery. In 2026, the world will attempt to provoke you, distract you, and drain your energy with chaos, both seen and unseen. People will argue, markets will fluctuate, relationships will disappoint, and global events will shake the masses into panic. The intelligent, disciplined mind, however, knows that emotions are tools, not rulers. Seneca once wrote, If you wish to be loved, love. If you wish to be hated, hate. But be master of your emotions, or they will master you. Emotional control is not about suppression or cold detachment. It is about choosing which feelings deserve your attention and which will merely consume your energy without producing results. In other words, it is the difference between reacting blindly and responding strategically. Consider anger, the most common weapon that the world wields against the unprepared. The untrained mind erupts, speaks and acts before thought arrives, leaving regret and chaos in its wake. The Stoic mind, however, pauses, examines and reframes. Marcus Aurelius reminds us how much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it. Every moment spent in uncontrolled reaction is a moment of power surrendered to others. To master your emotions is to reclaim that power. Emotional mastery begins with observation of the self. Each day, take note of impulses, feelings, and reactions as they arise. Identify triggers that have historically thrown you off balance. Only when you see your patterns clearly can you intervene. By observing without judgment, you create a buffer, a mental space where reason can act before emotion dictates. Next, practice deliberate detachment from outcomes. One of the fundamental Stoic teachings is that we cannot control external events, only our perception and response. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When we internalize this, disappointment loses its grip, frustration loses its sting, and fear no longer dictates our decisions. Life may be unpredictable, but our response remains ours alone, and therein lies freedom. Furthermore, emotional control thrives through anticipation and rehearsal. The Stoics practiced mental simulations, preparing for conflict, loss, insult, or betrayal before it arrived. By imagining worst-case scenarios and rehearsing calm, measured responses, we desensitize ourselves to fear and rage. In 2026, when the world throws chaos our way, the mind that has rehearsed in silence will move with precision, not panic. Finally, cultivate inner gratitude and perspective. Often, emotional volatility stems from over-attachment to the trivial or temporary. By focusing on what truly matters, growth, virtue, integrity, we place minor disturbances in context. They lose power because our priorities are unshakable. This is why the emotionally intelligent are calm in storms. They understand the transient nature of pain, insult, and loss. In essence, mastery of emotion is not luxury. It is survival. In 2026, those who allow fear, anger, or envy to dictate behavior will stumble. Those who cultivate deliberate calm will move through chaos with clarity and strength. Your emotions are your currency. Spend them wisely. Do not give them away to the unworthy, the loud, or the trivial. Emotional control transforms storms into teachers, insults into insight, and chaos into opportunity. In the silent discipline of your own mind, you become untouchable, calm, strong, and decisively powerful. Point 3. Build relentless discipline. Freedom lies in mastery. In 2026, strength will not come from talent, luck, or fleeting motivation. It will come from relentless discipline. Discipline is the hidden engine behind every life that commands respect, influence, and calm. The world rewards those who master themselves, not those who chase external applause. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Every unchecked habit, every indulgent thought, every surrender to ease is a chain that limits freedom. Discipline is not a punishment. It is a gateway to autonomy. The disciplined mind dictates its own rhythm, choosing long-term gain over short-term comfort, clarity over chaos, and virtue over impulse. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Discipline is the bridge between intention and reality. It transforms vague desire into actionable achievement. Consider the way intelligent, controlled people approach life. They do not wait for inspiration. They act whether they feel like it or not. They rise before the world fully awakens. They prioritize work that matters, and they adhere to habits that sculpt both mind and body. A disciplined schedule is a fortress. Within it, creativity, clarity, and calm flourish. Outside it, chaos, distraction, and regret reign. In 2026, the disciplined mind will glide through storms that crumble the unprepared. Discipline begins with small, unwavering commitments. Daily actions compound in ways the world rarely sees, but eventually respect cannot ignore. Waking early, exercising the mind and body, meditating on values, controlling what we consume, each is a building block of resilience. As Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Discipline is how we reclaim the hours we are given, refusing to squander life on trivialities. Another key aspect is deliberate avoidance of comfort that dulls the mind. The intelligent, disciplined person does not allow ease to erode strength. They embrace discomfort where it teaches, resists, and refines them. The Stoics called this practice voluntary hardship. By exposing ourselves to controlled challenges, we harden the mind against the inevitable struggles of life, turning adversity into training. In 2026, those untested will crumble, while those who have disciplined their spirit will stand untouchable. Crucially, discipline requires self-observation without indulgence. We must notice impulses to quit, to procrastinate, to overreact, and respond with steady control. Every moment of awareness strengthens the neural pathways of mastery. Over time, discipline ceases to feel like restraint. It becomes instinct. It becomes freedom, the freedom to act decisively, the freedom to stay unshaken, the freedom to live by principle rather than impulse. Finally, remember that discipline is silent and unglamorous, yet infinitely powerful. The world often misunderstands the quiet achiever, mistaking social distraction or loud rebellion for strength. But strength rooted in self-mastery is invisible to the untrained eye. It manifests not in clamor, but in calm decisions, in strategic patience, in integrity that never wavers. In short, discipline is the weapon and shield of the intelligent mind. It allows us to endure, to grow, and to thrive regardless of circumstance. In 2026, those who cultivate it will experience life differently, with purpose, clarity, and control. Those who neglect it will fall prey to chaos, distraction, and regret. Choose discipline, and you choose freedom, the ultimate power. Point 4. Control your emotions. Calm is your greatest weapon. In 2026, the world will challenge you. People will push your buttons, circumstances will crumble around you, and chaos will arrive without warning. The difference between those who survive and those who thrive lies in emotional mastery. As Seneca once wrote, "He is most powerful who has himself in his own power." Mastery over emotion is not denial. It is the cultivation of clarity in a world designed to provoke chaos. Most people mistake passion for power. Anger, jealousy, and fear are often glorified as proof of engagement with life. But the intelligent, disciplined individual knows these are weapons turned inward. Every unbridled emotion is a chain, binding your mind, blurring your vision, and sabotaging your judgment. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. To control your life, you must first control your mind. Emotional mastery begins with observation without reaction. When insulted, ignored, or betrayed, the untrained mind explodes. The disciplined mind pauses, examines the situation, and responds deliberately. This is not weakness, it is strategy. Stoicism teaches us that response precedes consequence. The less you react impulsively, the more influence you maintain. The more influence you maintain, the more freedom you create. Every moment of calm is a step toward unstoppable strength. Consider how highly intelligent and emotionally mature people operate. They do not seek to dominate conversations, prove points, or control others' perceptions. They internalize control, regulating their reactions as carefully as a general maneuvers troops in battle. Even in chaos, their calm presence shapes outcomes. People may underestimate them, but underestimations are opportunities. Those who remain unshaken gain access to clarity and decision-making power. Others surrender to emotion. Another essential principle is detachment from outcomes. The world is unpredictable. Plans fail, people disappoint, and fortune shifts. The unprepared mind suffers endlessly from the tides of circumstance. The Stoics teach us to act virtuously without attachment to results. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." By focusing on what we can control, our choices, our efforts, our integrity, we cultivate resilience. External chaos becomes irrelevant when internal calm is absolute. Daily practice of emotional control involves self-reflection and disciplined habits. Journaling, meditation, and mindfulness are tools to train the mind to recognize emotional triggers before they erupt. Voluntary hardships, deliberate exposure to discomfort, prepare the mind for unavoidable adversity. Every challenge met without panic is proof that emotional mastery is a skill, not a state of luck. Finally, remember that calm is a silent declaration of power. The world may scream, provoke, and attack, but the calm endure. The uncontrolled reveal weakness. The emotionally mastered reveal strength. In 2026, those who practice restraint, cultivate clarity, and refuse to surrender to emotion will navigate storms that destroy the unprepared. Calm is not passive. It is the most potent form of action. Embrace emotional mastery, and you gain the ultimate weapon. You become untouchable by chaos, unshaken by adversity, and unstoppable in pursuit of purpose. Control your mind, control your life, and 2026 will not merely be a year you survive, it will be a year you conquer. Point 5. Build inner strength. Your character is your greatest asset. In 2026, fortune will not bow to those who are merely lucky, attractive, or popular. It bows to those whose inner strength is forged through discipline, integrity, and resilience. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." True power is invisible. It is not measured in wealth, status, or applause, but in the quiet, unwavering fortitude of your character. Many chase external validation. They seek admiration, followers, and recognition, believing these to be the markers of success. But the Stoics teach us that external events are beyond our control, and attachment to them is a path to frustration. Epictetus reminds us, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. The intelligent, disciplined person invests in the only thing truly theirs, their character. This is the foundation that no storm can shake. Inner strength is forged through self-discipline. Every choice to endure discomfort rather than succumb to temptation, to act rightly rather than impulsively, to persist when the world seems to conspire against you, each is a brick in the fortress of your mind, like a blacksmith hammering iron into a blade. Adversity is what tempers you. Those who shy from hardship never truly know their strength. As Seneca wrote, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. But inner strength is more than endurance. It is clarity of purpose. A strong mind knows why it acts. It does not drift with the tides of opinion or emotion. Every action is deliberate, every decision aligned with virtue. The weak are reactive, shaped by circumstance. The strong are proactive, shaping circumstance to the measure of their principles. In 2026, clarity will separate the passive from the masters, the lost from the guided. Another crucial element of inner strength is resilience to betrayal and disappointment. Life is inherently unfair. People will fail you, promises will break, and chaos will invade without warning. Those without inner fortitude crumble, but the prepared recognize the inevitability of loss and guard their equanimity. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears." To be strong is to acknowledge the world as it is, act virtuously within it, and remain unbroken regardless of the outcome. Finally, inner strength manifests in moral courage. It is the willingness to stand for what is right, even when it is lonely, unpopular, or dangerous. To act with integrity in a corrupt world is the quietest, most unstoppable form of power. History and philosophy are filled with examples. Epictetus, imprisoned yet unconquered; Seneca, exiled yet steadfast. Their strength was not in their circumstance, it was in themselves. In 2026, external chaos will test you. But when your inner strength is built, it becomes a shield no adversity can pierce. Your character becomes your fortress, your purpose your compass, and your resilience your armor. True mastery is not about controlling the world, it is about being unshakable within it. The coming year will be unforgiving, but those who cultivate inner strength, who act with discipline, clarity, and moral courage, will not merely survive, they will command their own destiny. Build your character, fortify your mind, and let 2026 witness the quiet, relentless power of a life fully mastered.